show for y'all tonight. Just be ready. I'm building something.
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? I apologize for getting going so late. I really do. I really do. I really do. So, um, I don't know if you can read the title. There's no room for all your problem in this new space. It was one of the captions read, "Leave your old baggage at leave your baggage full of problems at the door," something like that. Because I was having a discussion. What's up, Keita? I was having a discussion with somebody, and they were just talking about how they have a lot of they go into these relationships with these issues, and some of the issues be old issues, don't have nothing to do with the new person. So sometimes you got to leave the old baggage at the door. Is there a possibility that you can leave the old baggage at the door? That's what I want to know. Can you leave the old baggage at the door? And if you can, why don't you? Why don't you leave the old baggage at the door? Those are one of the things in which you have to sit down and evaluate. Why don't I leave the old problems at the door? Because we go into these relationships, and sometimes we are speculating or thinking that um, the new person is just like the old person. The expectations is that you thinking that your partners, no matter who they are just alike. And I don't think people are exactly alike, but you got a lot of people that have been through issues or similar issues. Sometimes we go through these similar issues, and then these red flags come up, and we take off running. The next thing you know, we're in a different relationship, and then you be like, 7 years I done been in 2 relationships, or 10 years I done been in 4 relationships. So sometimes we have to evaluate that. Sometimes it's not the other person. Sometimes it's just us. What if a person is used to turning their phone off when they get ready to get into bed? You would think that reminds you of when John used to do it. Sometimes that's what happens. We some of the characteristics, we try to link those characteristics to somebody else, and then what happens? You go into the relationship speculating and think that these are the same people. You know, I don't know if men do it more or women do it more, but however, I think that it's happening. It happens. You know, um, we some of us are molded and get our characteristics from the people who raised us, or the people who we are around the most. Because if you as women, if y'all hang around other females or older females that tell you how type of stuff you from supposed to get from a man. Girl, I have him doing this. I have him doing that. But when you think about it, some of that stuff don't work for them. Don't work for them. How are they gonna tell you how you supposed to do it and it don't work for them? What are the results that they get? It ain't working for them. I run circles around them. Oh, that just means that you gonna be giving up that box to get crumbs. Sometimes that's what that means. I have to jump and get to certain people so I can get certain things. I wanna look good. I wanna dress good. I wanna drive good. So I have to do these things so some dude can pay for it. And then sometimes they want the dude to pay for it, and they can afford it themselves. Okay. So I told this story before. I had a friend that wrecked her husband's truck. Truck was maybe 6, 7 years old. So it got totaled. And after it got totaled, she said, "Oh, I want to help him get another truck. The insurance gonna pay so much, but I want him to get a newer truck." Okay, that's cool. She said he been paying the bills, all the bills, since they've been together. So when it's time to go get the truck, you don't have no money. So you can't back him up because you didn't spend all the money that you didn't save or you didn't have accumulated over the years, and you ain't had to pay no bills. When she said none. From the phone bill, insurance, car, everything. He paid everything. But then when it goes to help him, you don't have it. And some of that is based on she don't want to give her money to him. Why come he can't save no money? Why he ain't got no money saved up? Because he gave it all to you. He gave it all to you. Sometimes we give everything that we got to somebody else. But then when it's time for us to get something, we don't get nothing out of it. We get zero. We get zero. So just imagine it. Just imagine that you giving somebody what you consider as your all, or everything that you got, or helping them, or looking out for them every chance you get. But then when it comes your turn to get help, it is never there. Imagine that. Imagine you helping somebody and they never help you. And you get frustrated and you still with them. Stay with them. You know? Imagine that. Imagine you being with somebody and they never help you. And I'm not gonna say never, but I'm gonna say that the energy is not the same energy. Or is it possible that you can match energy? Just think if you match somebody's energy. I know a lot of people out there that's not getting their energy matched. It's a lot of them. The energy is not there. You know, so we have to reevaluate the people in which we come in contact with, because they're not giving the same energy. I wonder, is it possible that you can give the same energy? Sometimes the upbringing is, the man's supposed to do for the woman. But then I hear stories that these women are doing everything for the man. I mean, I wouldn't do it because I I ain't built like that. Just hold it. If I need it, I'll ask you for it. 9 times out of 10, I ain't gonna ask you for it. So sometimes we gotta evaluate that. So there's no room for all your problems in this new space. So when you go into these new situations, you can't bring your problems. Try not to bring your problems anyway. Try to leave those problems at the door. Because somebody, you having a conversation with somebody and they tell you, oh, you remind me of somebody else. You acting just like them. Red flag. Sometimes we see them red flags. Them red flags be everywhere. You know? Just like the referee there. Flag on the play. Delay a game. You delaying everything. Offense, you delay a game. So, how do we get past that? How do we work? How do we have those conversations and understand those conversations? How we have those conversations? How do we have those conversations? And you tell your partner that, hey, look, this ain't working right. I don't appreciate the way you handling things. I don't appreciate the way you doing things, and I think that it's wrong. You know, but we have to be straightforward with our partners, our significant others, or whoever we hanging out with. We got to be straightforward. I mean, you don't have to keep it 100 to the point where you hurt nobody's feelings and just embarrassing people. So I don't know when the last time I told somebody, that make me uncomfortable. I wish you wouldn't do that. Cause some females will look at you like, this Negro soft. And I heard a woman say one time, I cussed him out and he didn't do nothing. What you want him to do? Cause you want him to remind you of Leroy. You want him to grab you or put his hands on you. So you gotta leave them problems at the door. There's no room for them old problems in this new space. If I bring you into my space, into my world, we have to act accordingly. I wouldn't call you out your name. You ain't gonna be the B word. You ain't gonna be the MF. You ain't gonna be none of that. But if that's how you get down, then as a man, I have to say, no, this is not gonna work. It ain't gonna work like that. You know? And when people tell us these things, we have to respect. We got to respect those words. This ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work like that. You ain't got to be no asshole about it, but it ain't gonna work like that. And some of those things are stem from our childhood on how to handle issues. We learning how to handle issues from people who already got issues, who got other problems. Sometimes if you've grown up in a single family home or a single parent home where the mother is in charge, sometimes the mama is frustrated. And then you might hear how she talked to somebody, and then you think that's how you're supposed to talk to them. Then you got some of these old folks, old men and old women, telling you all this broke game. Cause some of the women, I didn't heard the women say it. If he can't pay my bill, ain't nothing I can do with him. Oh, okay. That's all you need, some bills paid? Can I get some respect? Can I get some respect? A lot of times if you respect a man, sometimes he'll give you, he'll be a generous giver, not a person who's thinking that you begging. Sometimes if you only respect him. So we have to get into the atmosphere or the space in which we respect each other. You know? It's okay to probably tell him, come on, babe, you know that wasn't right. Come on, babe, you shouldn't have did that. Come on, babe, why you do that? You know how that make me feel. We gonna make each other mad. We gonna upset each other sometimes. But that don't mean that you supposed to disrespect the other person. That don't mean you supposed to call them old stupid ass N-word. Cause guess what? Most of the things most of the words that we know when people are mad are considered curse words. If I say something, call you the MF, that make me feel a certain kind of way. If I call you the MF, that make you feel a certain kind of way. Because somewhere in there it triggers something. It's a curse. That's why they call them curse words. If I say shut your way up, shut your ass up. Depends on how I say it, it triggers something. It's a curse. Now we program. They program us from when we kids to when we get grown. We know that those words are triggers. Not real. Well, let me say this. Unconsciously, we don't know that we doing these things, but they triggers. That's why you shouldn't use those crazy words around them little kids, around the people who you want to respect you later on. You shouldn't use them words around them because they gonna take them words and run with them, not knowing the meaning behind it or the repercussions of the cause and effect of them. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes we do things and we don't realize what the cause and effects are. So you gotta leave them problems at the door. There's no room for those problems, old problems, in this new space. So old problems sometimes are habit forming. Sometimes it's us tripping. A lot of times we always say it's the other person. She was tripping, bro. Okay. Then you find yourself 4 relationships down saying the same thing. She was tripping, bro. Maybe it might be us. Maybe it might be you tripping. Or you find these women that say that men ain't nothing. All men dogs. All of them gonna cheat. Whether that's true or not, they cheating with somebody. And a lot of times they cheating with somebody else's woman. So guess what that make them? How many brothers that's cheating or maybe cheating or cheated that cheated with somebody else's lady? All the women all the men that's having affairs are not only having affairs with single women. I don't know if that makes sense. Does it make sense? All men they dogs. They ain't nothing. But who he cheating with? Or who he hanging out with? Who he having this affair with? Is she single or is she in a relationship? So then how does that make all men are dogs? Because they hanging out with somebody. And who are these people? I'm just saying. That's just a question. Who are these people that they hanging out with that you saying that they ain't no good? So you got to leave your problems at the door. How can we start over and be fair? How can we start over and make it make sense? We got to make it make sense. Because a lot of people say, well, it's time to settle down. I'm getting older and I just don't want to be out just by myself. Sometimes we by ourselves because we our worst enemy. Some of it is based on our upbringing. Some of it is based on some of the tragedies that didn't happen to us when we were young. So we there's a reason why we do stuff. So people are not talking about the reason why they do things. Why you do that? Why you like that? What's the purpose of you having this attitude, or you thinking that all everybody of the opposite sex are the same? What's up, bro? Frank McCall. What's up, bro? Double R. Dante in the building. Velt in the building. How you brothers doing? Appreciate you, brothers. So yeah, we have to get this understanding in these relationships on what we expect out of them. We have to understand what we expect out of these relationships. So now you still have to understand too that people do have human errors too. People deal with human errors all the time. We got flaws. A lot of us got flaws. Whether it's some minor flaws that you can tolerate or deal with, or whether there's a major flaw that's gonna cause problems in your relationship. Just saying. Anybody got something to say? Give me some thumbs up. Give me some likes. Don't forget to share the broadcast. I'm over there on YouTube also. Yeah, so I'll just try to sometimes. I know I came on late tonight, but I try to put it out there and get it out there based on some of the conversations that I have during the day, and say, okay, we're gonna have this discussion tonight. Is it possible that we can have a discussion? Let's have a discussion. All right, let me share this right quick. Let me share this right quick. Let me share this right quick. So, my point, what the point I'm trying to make is that how is it possible that we can leave the old baggage at the door? Your old baggage and her old baggage at the door, and not bring them into a new relationship. Not bring them into a situation that if you have some sort of notion that that you know that the other person has been scarred. If you know they've been scarred, you gotta handle them with care. You gotta take it easy. We already know that. So just think about that for a second. Or are we dealing with a person that's been scarred already, or that's heavily scarred? You got these aggressive women out here. A lot of these aggressive women, they independent. Whatever that means. I don't know what that means, but they independent. It's a lot of times you don't get brothers out here talking about they independent. I don't need a woman for nothing. Yeah, you probably don't. But it's cool to have one. It's cool to have one that you can hang out with, that you can call your friend, that's close to you. But you get so many women talking about they independent. I'm independent. I don't need a man for nothing. You don't need him. However, if you notice, you got all these lonely women out here. All these lonely women out here going home and balling up and cuddling up together, sleeping by themselves. I don't know if there's a way to fix that. However, that attitude is out there real bad right now. I'm independent. I don't need a man for nothing. Yeah, you don't. You don't. So you'll find yourself hitting these vacation spots with your girlfriends. Hitting them vacation spots with your girlfriends by yourself. Y'all by yourself. Some of them chicks out there, they going on these missions because they single and they get to these places, especially out of town or out the country. They get to these places looking for dudes. I'm just saying. Sometimes that happens. So you don't want to be so independent to the point where you independent and lonely. But at least if you're going to be independent, just be self-sufficient. I can hold down my own, but I need a companion. I need somebody to share this with besides your children. Those of you who got children, you need somebody to share that with. You know, is it possible that you can share part of your life with somebody besides your children? Because what happens with the children is the children begin to live their own life, and then what you doing? You stuck. But you got Mary over here, and Ann over here. Them your girls, y'all kick it. Lonely as hell. I'm just saying, lonely. Supposedly have all this money. I'm stacking that money. I'm getting it. Yeah, you out there getting it. But at the end of the day, if you don't get it, you gonna get got. You gonna get got. Then you going, and then you find some dude that you trying to piece together. Ain't worth two dead flies. And you trying to piece them together. Because you like him. He's sexy to you. Ain't got nothing going on in the world. You gonna piece them together. Then you'll find yourself taking care of them. But you don't tell your girls that you taking care of them, but you taking care of them. Then some of them, it boils down to, they say that they can't control him. You know, I can't control him. Sometimes you can't, you consider yourself not being able to have control of the situation. So leave them problems at the door. There's no room for them old problems in this new space. When you go into a new space, leave all the old problems at the door. If you gotta, before you go into a new relationship, go get you some, talk to a therapist. Go talk to a therapist. Get it all out there so you won't go into these new relationships guns blazing. I'm just saying. That's my opinion. So we can't go into these new relationships with all this old baggage. All this old baggage. I want you to be independent. I want you to be able to hold it down. You know, because there's been a lot of conversations about uh some of the conversations been about my granddaddy paid all the bills. Yeah, but grandma wasn't working. Grandmama wasn't working. Okay, so grandmama was holding it down because she didn't have no job. Granddaddy brought the check home so she could pay the bills and take care of everything. But 2 incomes are better than 1 any day. Because if we living decent and good off of 1 income, we're gonna do well off 2. Long as we're gonna stick to the plan. Gotta be able to stick to the plan. So once you leave that old baggage at the door and come in to this new to this new space, then we can create something new that's gonna work for both of us. We're gonna create something new that's gonna work for both of us. T-Lock in the building. One of East Saint's finest. Tina in the building. Roosevelt in the building. Frank McCall is in the building. My brother. So sometimes we gotta leave that old stuff at the door. We gotta stop it before, you heard the saying that, you gotta stop it before it starts. Sometimes we gotta do that. That's the plan, is to stop it before it starts. I think we can work good together, baby, but we gotta leave all that old stuff at the door. We have to. If we don't, we're gonna have a situation. And we don't want the situation. We don't want all of those issues. All those issues are not good. All those issues stress me out. Because I like you. I want to be with you. I want to hang out with you. But all them old problems causing me to stress. Causing me to stress. Think about that. Having old issues. Somebody else's old issues. Next thing you know, you become that person. They bring all that old baggage in, and you become that person. Now both of y'all got the same problems. After you're around a person so long, you adopt their problems, their issues. And people who close to you already they notice that. Damn, bro, you starting to act, you different. Oh, girl, you different. Why you acting like that? Girl, what James be having me going there. Having me acting up like that. So, that's me going on my rant. I appreciate everybody who stopped through. 618 89 blocks. Stand up. And I gotta do this.
I got a brand new show for y'all tonight. Just be ready. I'm building something.
I hear a lot of people say that, I have a photographer that can capture the shot that I need, but when they see the images in which we have, it's almost like, why go anywhere else? When you want the right shot, come to the best. 5-Star Production.
It's your man Danny Farid. I was thinking, how would you be if you were at 100%? What would your life be like if you were at 100%? So I'm trying to reach that goal of being my 100% potential. At 100% of my potential, you may not even recognize who I am. Because we are all supposed to be somebody great. We all supposed to be somebody who does something fascinating. Think about that. Think.
Alright. So yeah, that's my time, y'all. It's been real. I got started late. Usually I try to start about 8 o'clock. I try to get some people to come on and video chat with me and just be able to have indulge in good conversations. I just like to have good conversations. I will have these conversations whether I'm in a barbershop or I'm at Denise's somewhere. But I had these conversations. It's not a debate. I'm just saying. I put it out there. I know what's going on. I see what's going on anyway. And then I talk about it. So alright, it's been real, y'all. Peace out.